We have fire. It's burning down pretty good now. Just wasted all this time and effort. Let's give this another shot. Hello, Bill here with Pale Horse Survival and Tactical. Glad you could join me for another episode. Today we're going to take a look at the arbor knot. Stay tuned. Okay, the arbor knot is a very useful knot for securing bedrolls, sleeping bags, etc. And it's a self-tensioning friction knot. And I have a little modification that I do with it that helps it hold in place, because it does have a tendency to slip. And after using it for a while, I decided to do a little modification to it. So I'm going to share that information with you guys. Fishermen use the arbor knot to secure fishing line to the spools of their fishing reels. And but for bushcrafting purposes, we're going to use it to demonstrate how to use it to secure a bedroll or a blanket. This is my old trusty wool blanket here, military surplus. And to do the arbor knot, you want to run your cordage underneath. Arbor knot can also be used as a tourniquet to stem blood flow from a leg injury, for instance, and it works pretty good in that aspect. So the way I like to do it is, most instructions will show to put a single overhand stop knot up here in the end of the cordage, just like that. And then they do the rest of the knot and run it through. There's an overhand we're going to put in here that will tighten. It'll slip up in this, it'll hit the stop knot, and then it'll cinch and tighten. The only problem with this is, and I'm going to demonstrate why this knot has a tendency to slip and what I personally do about it, but the single stop knot also has a tendency to tighten down on itself, and it's a little bit harder to get out. So what we're going to do in this case, we're going to leave about 3 inches of tail on the end of this line here, and we're going to tie in a figure 8. To tie in a figure 8 knot here, and the figure 8 is a little bit easier to untie than the single overhand stop knot at the top. So we have the line going underneath the bedroll. There's a correct way of tying this, and there's an incorrect way of tying it, and I'm going to demonstrate both ways and why the incorrect way will not hold. Now, the first way that we can tie this is, you want to bring your other end of your line up here and place a bend into it. And with that bend, then we're going to run around here run our overhand knot on this, just like that. And you know you have it done right when both tails of your cordage are coming through the loop on one side and out together parallel, just like this. And I'm going to demonstrate this is the correct way to do it, and I'm going to show the incorrect way of doing it. And the way this works is we just bring this down like this. You pull it, the knot is going to travel up to the stop knot here. And you can see it is tightened against itself here, nice and snug. That's a very effective method of tying up a bedroll, securing a bedroll or a sleeping bag. You can also use this to secure if you're out collecting a bunch of deadfall for a fire. You can tie this around to secure your bundle and to carry it back to camp. It's a lot easier to carry it that way. So the way you get this undone, you have the tail here, you just simply pull it and it comes right undone, just like that. Pull it back, tension it. That's all there is to it. Now the one downfall of this knot is if it gets bumped, brushed up against something, it doesn't take much to loosen it, as you can see. So the way I have done my remedy to that, we're going to tighten it back up. My remedy to this is leaving this tail on here. We simply come over here and tie a square knot. Go left over right, and then right over left. Snug it down, and now it's not going to come undone. Now you're good to go, and your bundle's secure. And the square knot's easy to, very easy to untie here. And then one pull and it comes undone. Now this is the correct way of doing this, and I'm going to show the incorrect way. This is a little it's cinched down a little bit tight on itself here. Paracord can be a bit of a pain to undo if it tightens down on itself. There we go. Okay, now that is the correct way to do it, with both ends of your cordage coming through your loop parallel, coming through in the same direction and exiting your loop in the same direction. That's the correct way. The incorrect way now, that was the way we tied it onto the cord. We go over here, put a simple overhand in here, just like that. Let me get the other end here. This cordage is a little bit long, but I don't have a shorter piece of paracord, and I didn't want to cut this for this demonstration. But if you're going to make these to secure bedrolls or sleeping bags or whatever, you can always have a few shorter pieces of dedicated cord that you would use specifically for this purpose. So now we have our cordage going around. Here is our overhand loop here. The correct way of doing this, you would run it through. Remember, here is our tail right here. You would run it through in the same direction that the tail comes through, so both ends are coming through and exiting on the same side of the loop here, so both tails are parallel to one another. Okay, We tighten that down, it's going to work. This is the incorrect way of doing it. Sliding this through this way, you can see the difference. They're not parallel with one another. I'm going to demonstrate why this doesn't work. Take the slack out of this. We pull it. See it slip? It won't hold. You can see it slip and back out. That is the incorrect way of tying that particular knot here. So we're going to pull this out here. This arbor knot will only work in one direction. Okay, I'm going to open this back up here. So now we have the end of our cordage again. The correct way, we bring it through so both pieces are parallel to one another. They're both entering the loop and exiting in the same direction. Pull this, and boom, it holds this way. And then just like we looked at a little bit ago, demonstrated a bit ago, right over left, left over right, and you have a very secure knot here. Give it a tug, comes right off. Good to go. And that is the arbor knot. This is video number 2 in the knotcraft series that I'm shooting. I hope all of you enjoyed the video as much as I did making it. Please like, subscribe, and share. And get out there, grab yourself a piece of cord and start practicing some knots. Repetition is the key. Go over them as many times as necessary until they're second nature. Everybody have a great day. I will see you soon on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.